Hey everyone, I just watched Kim Java's incredible interview with Martin Eberhard, the guy who actually started Tesla, not as a side project, but as the original founder and CEO. Kim did an amazing job getting Eberhard to open up about a story most people don't know, and it reveals some pretty important things about how the company we know today came to be. So here's the headline. Tesla's co-founder just explained why he lost control of the company he started, and how today's Tesla is completely different from what he originally envisioned. Why does this matter? Because Eberhard literally invented the technology that makes every electric car work today, but got pushed out of his own company. And his version of Tesla was laser-focused on solving climate change, not building robots and self-driving cars. Here's what actually happened. Back in 2003, Eberhard and his buddy, Mark Tarpenning, had this idea. What if electric cars didn't suck? Every electric vehicle before Tesla was designed to be cheap and boring. Eberhard figured out that new technology always starts expensive and gets cheaper over time, like smartphones or air conditioners. So instead of making another boring electric car, they decided to make the fastest, coolest sports car ever, and it had to be electric. The genius move was using lithium-ion batteries, which were brand new and expensive, but way better than anything else. Eberhard had to send his engineers to safety school just to learn how to handle them safely. He also chose this thing called an AC induction motor, invented by the guy Tesla is named after, because it doesn't need rare earth materials that China controls. Pretty smart, considering what's happening with trade wars today. But here's where it gets interesting. When they needed funding, the biggest investor was some guy named Elon Musk. Eberhard says if he could do it over, he probably would still take Musk's money, but he gave away too much control of the company. By 2007, Eberhard was pushed out over disagreements about costs and technical decisions. He literally had to sue Tesla just to get the car he'd already paid for. Now let's talk about how this affects different groups of people. For working class folks, Eberhard's original plan was to eventually make really affordable electric cars. He's actually disappointed that Tesla canceled their low-cost car program to focus on that weird-looking Cybertruck instead. For middle-class people, the big issue is Tesla's shift towards self-driving technology, which Eberhard thinks is dangerous and not ready for prime time. He points out that when the AI screws up, nobody takes responsibility. It's just, oops, sorry, we'll learn from this. And for wealthy people and corporations, well, Musk became the richest person in the world, partly thanks to the foundation Eberhard built. What's most likely to happen going forward? Tesla will probably keep focusing on AI and autonomous driving, rather than affordable cars. Meanwhile, other car companies are benefiting from the technologies Eberhard pioneered, especially that AC induction motor design that doesn't depend on Chinese materials. The best-case scenario would be Tesla returning to its climate-focused roots and making truly affordable electric cars while fixing the safety issues with self-driving. Worst case? More accidents from premature autonomous driving technology and slower adoption of affordable EVs because Tesla abandoned that market. There are some broader effects to consider too. This whole situation is setting precedents for how founder disputes work in tech companies. It's also raising questions about what happens when a company's mission changes completely after the founders leave. Now for the real talk, what's actually good and bad about this situation? On the positive side, Eberhard's innovations are now helping every electric car company in the world. His technical choices, like that AC induction motor, are looking pretty smart as global politics get messier. The start luxury, go mainstream strategy worked perfectly. But there are some hidden risks here. When founders get pushed out like this, it might make other innovators less willing to start companies or take investment. Tesla's shift away from climate goals toward AI toys might actually slow down the transition to clean transportation. And the self-driving stuff? Eberhard raises really valid points about liability and safety that nobody's answering. Here's what I think will most likely happen. Eberhard's core technologies will keep powering the electric vehicle revolution worldwide, but Tesla itself will become more of an AI and robotics company. Other manufacturers will probably step in to make the affordable electric cars Tesla isn't interested in anymore. And we'll see more regulation of self-driving technology as the safety concerns become impossible to ignore. The bottom line, Martin Eberhard built the technical foundation that made Tesla and all modern electric cars possible, but he lost control of his company's mission to investors with different priorities. His story shows us how breakthrough innovations can change the world even when their creators don't get to control how they're used. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.